because the sexy one is here.
I just heard Betty White and I got a boner. Is that okay? Is that okay? I mean, she's the last surviving Golden Girl, and for the funniest.
What would her wrestling name be? That's what we were discussing.
Betty White Lines, maybe.
Coming out to White Heat by the Velvet Underground.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling, that's the only reason she's probably still alive. It's like Weekend at Bernie's, so much drugs and stuff like that. It fucking keeps you alive.
Betty fucking White. White Lines. Man. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, sir. I know you're calling me that because you see the gray in the beard.
Look at us.
I'm like, when I can opt the Zoom option off, I'm like, fuck, I gotta comb my hair, gotta brush my teeth for this, So it's a big deal for me. At my age, at 105, I'm telling you, you really gotta try it and look good. Use the cameras for what you can. Smoke and mirrors.
Magic show. I don't want to be in on the illusion. Don't want to. First of all, you, I believe, were at one of my favorite WWF moments of all time. Saturday night's main event cage match.
I was watching that. I wasn't there. I'm not really that old. But I thought you were going to say, because this is one that people spot me, and they still do, the 97 Survivor Series. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels match. That's one that, and I can guarantee you that anyone that is in wrestling, that will be in wrestling, they got cameos on pay-per-views, WWE pay-per-views, because we all start the same way. We're all diehard fans, and, some of us keep going and jump off picnic tables and beat up our friends on mattresses and stuff, and some of us continue on and get the training that we need to actually keep doing it safely and able to survive all these years. So, that was one of my turning points that got me into wrestling, actually, Saturday night's main event. Getting to stay up that late with my dad and once a month. I'm never get to stay up that late. I know it's not a school night, but still, it was a bonding moment. So that Saturday night main event, that did that for me. That got me hook, line, and sinker in wrestling.
I'm pretty sure Hogan superplexed Boss Man that night. That was a big thing back then. Nobody did superplexes.
No, man, and everything meant more.
Yeah.
There's an old adage. They say, "Take your time." Actually, it's usually the old timers telling the younger kids that because they can't keep up. It's like, "Hey, kids, slow it down. Take your time and enjoy the moment." Now it's changed a lot. Even the camera angles changed a lot, where they cut a lot every time there's a strike, and that's what's happening now. It's like the attention of kids has changed too. So you again, I was gonna say, you remember, we've heard stories where our parents or grandparents they're like listening to the radio, and that was like the best thing ever. Everyone's crowded around it and imagining it, using their imagination. Even back in the day when I was a kid, I'm trying to jerk off in bed and I have to picture and imagine things. We got now, it's at the tip of our fingers. We take our phone out. I know when I need to squeeze one out, I just take my phone and I do it. It's hard to use my imagination now because it's not as descriptive or. So if I can give some advice to kids out there, try and use your imagination more, whether it's in the wrestling ring or in the bedroom. Because we're really dependent on our phones. And I mean, if there is a power blackout thing and the sun explodes and we don't have our phones, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of big, bald kids that don't know what to do with their cock.
So
I don't know where I'm going. We went from Betty White to big balls, and I mean, in a matter of minutes.
Yeah,
so this
is perfect. This fits this show perfectly. So let me get this straight. So you've emptied out your spank bank, and now you just use the cloud.
Yeah, I think, and now I put tape on the camera thing because I've heard with the hashtag only me's and the Me Too things, some people were accidentally, I guess they could videotape themselves, or they were I don't know if they were in Zoom chats and they thought they were off the Zoom and they're playing with themselves. So this is something that, you know, I'm learning to steer clear of, because I mean, there's probably a lot of stunt cock work of mine done, but I try and keep my face away from that, just because, you know, I want to be able to call my mom once in a while and say, yeah, I put in a good days of work. So I just, you know, I try and I love my mama, so I try not to show my face when my penis is on camera.
That's some more good, solid advice for everybody out there. Don't show your face when your penis is on the camera. Speaking of jerking off and 5 pounds of cock, how does a virgin go to seXXXy Eddy? What is that origin story?
How does that? I mean, any virgin or my origin story from being not like
your origin story. How does seXXXy Eddy?
I'm feeling like an actor when they say the origin stories, but I'm one of the original sex men. You know, there's a group of us all around the world with special powers, and I'm the one with some cock prowess. I mean, again, it's something you learn throughout the years. You learn about yourself. You learn about your you know, everything you do. I went to the Tibetan monks and I asked them for help. And I was gone out of wrestling for a few years just to own my craft. And you know, you learn tricks like getting hard in a matter of 2 seconds. You know, you learn all the Sting came to me, and not the makeup Sting. The singer, because he asked me some advice on tantric sex, and I showed that's the skills of staying hard for long hours on end. You know, so again, I want to thank the Tibetan monks for a lot of my penis power. Again, namaste to them. And no, it's just from going from a virgin. It's a long story, but I'm gonna make this really short. As a wrestling fan and a virgin, didn't have a girlfriend at the time and everything, I'm like, what do I got to do? How do I do it? And then when I watched some wrestling and I'm seeing Shawn Michaels out there and all the girls are cheering, little did I know, you know, they pan the camera or, you know, whatever happens, they're taking hot girls cheering, and they just, you know, you edit it too, so that when Shawn Michaels comes out, you see a lot of chicks yelling and stuff, and maybe they're not all yelling for him. Maybe there was more guys sometimes yelling for him, and that's okay too. But with editing, you could do a lot of magic. So I was like, man, I need to be like that. And I just thought, yeah, throw sexy in front of your name and poof, you become like a sex guru. No, it doesn't happen like that. But I started taking off my clothes at a young age, trying to get some beer money for my friends at some bars where they'd have wet t-shirt contests for the girls. The girls make $200 cash, so you've got a couple strippers coming in and then leaving every week. And then the guys are like pretty drunk, wet boxer contest. You get $50, not even in cash, in beer money. So basically, that was my contribution to the gang. I'll be like, you know, I'll show my dong and we'll get some beer money, and that's how it started. That's how the comfort came in. And I thought, you know what? If I could do this sexy character, I'm gonna have a girlfriend. I'm gonna be a wrestling superstar, because that's how easy it is, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. It took a lot of time to actually be comfortable, and then once you're comfortable in whatever you do in life, whatever you're passionate about, you send out a glow, and it's kind of like it's an energy, and people want to be around other people with positive energy. So and from then on, I just got more comfortable trying things on my own, because we all start out emanating like those that we respect a lot and that we look up to, but then it's to find yourself, and it's to grow. So again, long story short, I became trying things like a dick magnet and doing like the dick toss and all things like that I started out with. Again, I am the originator. Others have imitated. Some made it more famous on the internet, but I think they're canceled now. So yes. I'm the only dick guy around. So if you want a good time and a wrestling match, there's the only 2 for 1, and that's seXXXy Eddy.
seXXXy Eddy. Yes, that guy is canceled, by the way. There's also a dark side of Eddy. I'm going to get back to the fun side of Eddy, but you talked about taking your clothes off, which is part of the living the life, living the gimmick. I'm not a wrestler, nor am I a deathmatch wrestler. But if I was wrestling in a death match, I would have lots of clothing on. You do not.
Yeah, I guess someone forgot to tell me that the first time I was
Right.
doing it. If I would have known, I would have came out like a Alaskan assassin. That would have been my name, and I come out in like a snowsuit or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that was the thing. I wanted to stay true to my gimmick, and I mean, some guys, they might put on a pair of jeans or a t-shirt or something like that back then when they'd wrestle death matches. And I said, you know what? What am I going to bring different to the table? And some of the things that I said would be unique would be, hey, I'm going to stay true to myself, wearing the little skimpy thing that I'm going to wear. So there'll be a little bit more blood. Whatever. I'll get a little more glass in my ass. That's fine. I got the toughest testicles this side of across North America. So I mean, I said, you know what? Let's see what we can do. Also, when I was getting into deathmatch wrestling, I feel it was changing. There was a lot of guys that were more hybrid wrestlers, and they were using the weapons, but still doing a wrestling match. It wasn't all about the weapons, and I think that helped. So it was the costume and being a hybrid wrestler that made me stand out, I think, above some of the rest. So yeah, I guess that's what it had. And then after that, back then too, I was pretty invincible, and I've died a couple times. The thing is, I think I have one more life left. So now I got to be cautious, and I'm probably walking on thin ice. Even if I do podcasts that are too long, with too much excitement in my voice, and with the Viagra that I took before, probably my heart will stop. Plus, when I mix that down, I down it with a 4 Loko. Yeah, I'm gonna black out, but I'll black out with a boner. That's how I want to be written on my tombstone. Blacked out with a boner.
Blacked out with a boner. Here lies seXXXy Eddy, still with a boner.
Exactly. And then we could put a flag, or we could put a couple flags on it. I mean, I don't want to brag or nothing, but yeah, 5 pounds of cock meat. I could put a couple flags on there, and it's gonna be rest in penis. That's what it's gonna say. Rest in penis.
A little more on I don't know. I have no transition for that. I got one. You said you have died multiple times. One of these matches I watched recently, and you did almost die. You were bleeding profusely. Did you cut the aortic artery or something? Something?
Yeah, I did cut the something that you're not supposed to cut. And so they're driving me to the hospital, and I was like, wait, no, can we just do something and I can do the last match? And they're like, no, because you'll bleed to death. So you got like, it's one of those things where it's like, no, you're not supposed to. So it ended up being cauterized, so they had to burn it closed and then stick it on top of that, just to be able to, so it stops the bleeding. And it was only later that night that I kind of got the shakes, because I was like, holy shit, I did lose a lot of blood. Again, it was a blessing in disguise, because that's what gave me some notoriety, and it went viral on the internet. And from there, man, it was cool. It was just a roller coaster of going places and meeting people and getting to travel. So who knew, right? Who knew? That was my debut in the U.S. It was actually my second match in that tournament, but it's the one that people still talk about.
Yeah, for sure. And I know that it was deathmatch that helped you get over here into the States, which we've had a ton of Canadian wrestlers on here. That is just a process in itself, and there's not enough eyes on Canadian wrestling. So at that time, I guess it brought some eyes to the Montreal or just the Canadian scene. You had Zayn up there, El Generico, Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen. So I guess your death that night brought some eyes to Canada.
Yeah, man. If it takes, you know what? Some people, if you want with the beard, call me Jesus. I'm gonna have the second coming, the third coming. I'd be coming all over the place. Okay, but if this Jesus gave up one of his lives to help his Canadian brothers get across the border and show them what we can do, well, then you know what? I'd do it all again.
Damn straight. All right, I have a viewer in the chat has asked this question twice now, so I'm going to have to ask it. He says, have you ever used Caverjet?
First off, I've ingested it and I've rubbed it directly on my penis. I've had it in a suppository and I've had a lady shove it up my ass too. So yes.
There you go, Spuddy. Also,
you know what? I'm sorry, this guy asked it twice. I'd have to look up that word.
Yeah.
Us not that educated.
No.
All the chair shots in the head. I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. When I take a couple pills and when I drink my 4 Loko, I'm telling you, I do a lot of things that I don't remember. So yeah. Is that something you could put on pizza? I don't know. I don't know.
It's like pineapple. You just put it on there.
Yeah. So then, sure, I've taken it. I've eaten I've done everything at least twice. The first time I might have been too drunk to appreciate it. I do everything twice.
There's several people in the chat right now that are falling in love with you, Sexy Eddy.
Oh my! If I had my other hand free, I'm only gonna give you this half a heart, people. Thank you so much. It's great to feel appreciated. It's great to be loved. We don't have to make love. If we do, make sure I'll put on 2 condoms because I got a little bit of everything in me. Again, there's rumors that COVID might have started from me. I don't know. I never fucked a bat, but I've gotten a lot of sexually transmitted diseases. I don't know if they evolved and mutated. And actually, my blood is the serum. That was where they got some of the cure for that. So you're welcome. You're welcome, world.
Give them a match to watch of yours. What would be the perfect match for them to watch for you?
Holy shit, like I can tell them all the matches not to watch of me. That's probably easier even. If I could be the first wrestler to come out with a worst of Sexy Eddy, there'd be volumes to speak of. You know what? If you want to see some fun stuff, I'd go a little bit around because I've had some good work at Combat Zone Wrestling. If you watch as a 4-way. Again, it's me, Kevin Steen at the time, El Generico, and XS, the CZW Canadian 4-way. That's a fun one to watch because that one was really another one that catapulted myself and the other guys. We're like, holy shit, they got some wrestlers. Anything from the IWS. We're still doing shows. I did a show last weekend, International Wrestling Syndicate. I don't know if they're still putting out on Smart Mark Video because now we're on the Fight Network. And I think less and less people are buying DVDs. But you can find a lot of stuff online from the International Wrestling Syndicate. There might be a couple good matches from Great North Wrestling. They give me the chance to wrestle some of the old timers, but I'm an old timer myself. I got to wrestle down there like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Honky Tonk Man, Leapin' Lanny Poffo. It's Macho Man's brother. So it's just a couple guys. They gave me a chance because they knew that I guess I keep it slow to their pace, but I can still make them look good. So those are some fun matches to watch. But again, you just go on YouTube, type Sexy Eddy Wrestling, type Sexy Eddy. I don't know what else will come up.
That's 3 X's, by the way.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, 3 X's. 1 X, I don't know what is that. That 1 X is PG. 2 X's is like, I don't know, 13 and plus, or I don't know what it is. Triple X, you got to go hardcore, go balls to the wall. It's all in, baby. That's how I've been working it throughout my career. Whether it's hardcore wrestling and it's doing a moonsault with a garbage can on top of my head off a cage, or if it's the only wrestler, I think so, before my wrestling match to suck some titties. I still don't know if that's been done yet from a wrestler. I know it's been done with porn stars doing porn things, but right. And my dad was in the crowd too. I remember seeing my dad, and he told one of his buddies that came to that show, he's like, man, does your son get to do this all the time? And my dad just, yep. So it was just one of those shows, it's unexpected that there's some tits in your face. Well, what are you going to do? Right. In front of 300 people? You're going to suck them, right?
Yeah. What else? I mean, what else is there to do?
What else is there to do, She wasn't lactating. I didn't have any babies around, so I'm going to suck them. And that's what we did.
Speaking of moonsaults and garbage cans, I first saw you WrestleMania weekend in Jersey, the shadows of New York. At Joey Janela's spring break. It was the clusterfuck. A lot came out of that match.
And a lot came off also in that match.
Yes, that's very true.
Sometimes it's unexpected, but no, exactly. First off, I was gonna say two of my favorite words: cluster and fuck. No, not really. Fuck is one of my favorite words, but that one was kind of unexpected too. We were there actually wrestling. I was defending my interspecies wrestling title against Hornswoggle on night one. Night two, I wrestled a drunken bar brawl with Eric Cannon. That was at IWS, and then the clusterfuck kind of came as a surprise, where I'm like, hey, I want to jump in on this, but again, short and sweet is sometimes some of my best work. I ain't no Iron Man in the ring. I can do wonders in the bedroom, but in the ring, I know my best things are in small doses, because you get the 5 pounds dropped on you. When I drop the hammer, that's all you need. It's a couple minutes. That's all you need. It's enough. It's enough to traumatize a lot of people. So no, what we did there was a special thing, and that again, with a moonsault, but a completely naked moonsault. When I was off the second rope, and I had both my hands to protect to protect my moneymaker. But I hit it, and quit it. Just like my women, hit it and quit it, baby.
Did that spot that got you blocked by Cornette, correct?
Yeah, probably one of many. And well, again, I know it's not Cornette that does his own blocking. He probably doesn't know. He doesn't know like 2/3 of the wrestlers he's blocked. I'm sure it's his media guys. They're like, this guy's too entertaining. Gotta block him. There's a little too much skin. Block him. This guy doesn't wrestle like the Midnight Express. Block him. So I guess that's what happened to me. And it's funny because I had done that move at least 10 years ago. And it's just, sometimes it's like you got a couple of your best magic tricks,
Yep.
And once in a while you got to pull them out. So it's cool that I got to do something that I did so long ago, and I was like, if there's one crowd that's gonna get it, that's gonna love it, one crowd where it's gonna be talked about, and that was at that match in the clusterfuck. So I was like, it's not something you want to do every match. Just like your biggest moves, you don't need to do them every match. And this one, there's, whatever wrestling move you can think of, there's a guy in Mexico, a guy in Japan, a guy in England that can do it, maybe even better. So, but this move, there's not a lot of people that that have the balls to do a moonsault totally naked. And when there's a ton of guys in the ring, and when you got a big live venue full of people, so it just takes an idiot like this guy to do it. The XXX Express Sexy Eddy was that idiot, and it was that night. And you know what? If that got me blocked, so be it. I'm just like, trying to make an old guy realize, from one old guy to another, that wrestling can be many things. It can be many facets, and it's there for people's pleasure, not for our own.
Oh, I agree. Wrestling is an art, and there's many forms. Art's subjective, and I enjoy all sorts of it. And what you do, however you want to put it, I don't even like to label them. I enjoy it. I love it, and it's great stuff. So keep it up, whatever you're doing. But
cool, and it's great to see other wrestlers too that are able to dabble in a little bit of everything. I mean, if you can do some technical matches, you could do some death matches, you could do some comedy. If you can mix it up with the best of them, then that's only making you a better artist in turn. That's how I see it, and that's how I'm going to continue to see it. Anytime someone brings something new to the table, I think that's wonderful. That's great. Whether it be a fancy sequence or just something that's super entertaining. I just love it. Anything that's different is it gets my approval. And yeah, we need that, especially after. I don't say after. We're still going through this pandemic, but the more entertainment that we can get from whatever form it is, whatever it is, we need it. We need it right now, especially. So hats off to anyone who's willing to do something different in the wrestling ring.
I know you've been in the business 20 plus years. You have a wealth of knowledge, experience. You're working with a guy, Puff, up in for C4. How does that relationship mesh? I mean, is the age difference, is it a barrier or?
Dude, that's an awesome question. The funniest thing, the first time I met Puff, so they were putting us against each other.
Okay.
And just met each other. So Puff, and he told me after, he's like, so I Googled you up and I looked at some videos and the first thing I see is blood. And I'm like, and Puff was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this guy? And so I get there and I'm like, no, I've been doing a bunch of comedy too and stuff. Like, I can mix it up. We start just chatting. We weren't even talking about wrestling. And there was a painting on the wall, art meeting art.
Right.
There was a painting on the wall, and it was dated, I think, like it was 96 or 97. And it was funny because I just said, oh, I guess I just finished college, was just starting college. And then Puff was like, I was born that year. So we were like, holy shit, and wrestling each other. But the thing is, we had the same ideas of comedy and humor. And it was fun to hear that someone else that wants wrestling to be fun. From that day on, we started messaging each other. And then we wrestled at C4. They had us do a little spot that went over so much with the crowd that they wanted to see us together. And then they wanted to see us together more and more and more. And it was just, that's how it spun off. A big age difference, but you know, sometimes when two people think alike, it's like almost if you can get, I don't know, Picasso to meet Galileo from two different times and everything, or eras, and then they meet. And that's kind of what it was with me and Puff. We just kind of had the same brain waves, and we both like Loko too. So that was another thing that just, you know, wow, you like the fruity drinks that make us black out, pass out with our pants down? Me too. Amazing.
Oh, man.
So again, me and Puff, it's just, and it's ongoing, where every time we're wrestling together and teaming up, we're like, what are we going to do different tonight? What are we going to do funny tonight? What are we going to do to make everyone laugh and remember and have such a memorable moment with the people that whatever happens in the match, win, lose, draw, they're going to go back home and be like, remember when all the girls were dancing in the ring, and then, you know, then Puff did this, and then Eddie did the Matrix move, and Puff did the splits, and they're going to be like, that's what they're going to remember. So that's what we try to do now. I think once you get enough wisdom also in wrestling, you just realize we're here to make memories. And it's like, I felt like I was chasing the dream when I was a lot younger.
Okay.
Now my dreams have changed. You know, they're very different, and I feel right now it's to make more and more people laugh, entertain, and if I can save some years to the young guys, if the young guys can learn a little bit from me and cut a couple corners and get to where they need to get to faster, then man, that's my cherry on the sundae right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. I've given up on some of those the pipe dreams and everything. But I'm going to keep having fun doing what I'm doing. If something happens, something comes up, something's going to come up. You know, so that's how I'm taking it day by day, enjoying life. Every morning I wake up, I'm breathing. I'm fucking happy. That's what I'm saying. I think my blood right now is like almost so coked up because I'm just happy to be alive every day. And, you know, what more to say? Be happy. Don't be like, oh, fuck, another day of work. Hey, no, smack yourself in the face. Rub one out. You're fucking happy, you know? Be happy you're alive, you son of a bitch. Not you, but to all the other people. The negative people.
Negative.
Wake up, you sons of bitches. That's what I'm for the negative people.
There you go. Oh man, fucking great stuff. I tell you what, you've made me smile and laugh tonight. It feels great. Couple more questions from the chat. By the way,
go, man. Bring it on.
We have phenomenal beards, by the way. This might be the greatest episode of beards. I wish mine was bigger right now, but oh well.
I get that a lot. Yeah. Oh, beards. Yeah, beards. Yeah.
Okay, so a question from our main man in Canada, Spuddy himself. He says, huge debate. Is it okay to pay for porn nowadays, or is that just a cardinal sin?
No, man. If you got some extra money, help out your local strippers, help out your local web girls, help out your local porn stars, help out your local prostitutes, man. I mean, paid for sex is great. You know, if you got the money, man, flaunt it. You're helping their education too, kind of, maybe, point. Yes, or not, or their drug addictions. Either way, they're both good causes to drop your money. So if they're gonna drop your trousers, to drop them some money. It's like, you know what? You give them a tip. You're not only giving them the tip, you're giving them a whole thing. So why don't you give them a tip too? Son of a bitch.
We're gonna clip that. And now Spuddy is in a relationship with a partner of his. Her name is Sexy Panda. That's what he calls her. Spuddy wants to be a Canadian sex god like yourself. So he is wondering how he can increase sex process.
Sure, we'll call it that process.
His sex prowess, maybe prowess. Yeah.
That's what he meant. I think that's what he meant, because you're gonna need a lot of prowess when you're mounting a panda, because those things have a fight in them. So again, eating right. You know what? The better you feel, the more positive you feel, the better energy you're gonna give. And so it's all about eating well, staying in shape. I mean, again, these things that take a lot of work. You're not. There's no magic pill, and I'm gonna tell you, because I've ordered them. Whenever it says order free, 60 days, and then you cancel. I've done a bunch of those, and I fucking cancel on them. They're like, but why? You don't like our product? But why? I'm like, fuck you. This is for scientific reasons. I've tried them, and they just send you this natural stuff that, you can get in the foods you eat yourself, and you'll feel a lot better. So eat better, work out. So again, it's kind of lame, but again, like if you want to be a better wrestler, it's almost the exact same thing. And I can tell you, if you got some dates or what's going to happen, if you're a premature, if you're a preemie, we'll call it preemie. Mm-hmm. Jerk off before your date. That's always good. You think you can get to the bedroom? Let her work for it. And again, if you're going to pay for sex too, can I tell you, jerk off before you go in the cabin, because once you come, it's over. Just even though they tell you 15 minutes, half an hour, no. Once you come, it's over. So fucking make them work for it. They're working for the money, so make them work for the money. And again, for your prowess to better. Sometimes again, something I used to do when I was really young. And so you play with yourself until the edge, and then you stop. And you do it again, and you stop. It's almost like the Kegel exercises they'll tell you when you're peeing, stop peeing and stuff. So some of these things I had to learn on my own. I guess my family, they were really deprived of explaining the birds and the bees. So I had to learn. I had to learn it on my own with Hustler magazine, Playboy, or with the National Geographic. Now, I bet there's not a lot of listeners that had to use National Geographic for their imagination.
Lock those right up there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But you got to use what you got. Just like the tools in wrestling. You use what you got. You use what brought you to the game. And while you're at it, showcase your strengths and work on your weaknesses. So, again, maybe you're a little shorter. Some women, they like taller guys. Hey man, then work on your comedy, work on your pickup lines. If you got, I don't know, if you got maybe a smaller penis, maybe you got big balls. So, there's always something you could work with maybe, So again, if you can be sweeter and more romantic and give the girl, think of the girl, don't even think about yourself coming. Just take care of her. Take care of her the first date. For the first time in bed, usually me it's the first date, but just take care of her so much that she'll want to reciprocate, and then it'll be a better time for you. And like I said, if you know you're going to have sex and you come a lot, take one out before. I used to be like that, come a few shots. Now I'm a simple roller coaster. It just goes up, 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 up. And then when it's an explosion, and that's it for me. Good night. I need a nap. I need a sandwich. We'll go to round 2, but maybe, maybe we could watch a movie or something like that, or, watch an episode of fucking Squid Games. I might fall asleep with that or whatever, and then we'll go back to round 2. So that's my advice to you. What was his name? Panda Fucker?
Panda Fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Eddie, you've been sexy Eddie. You've been phenomenal tonight. I expected nothing less. We're at the point of the show where I'm going to give you the mic. Put over anything you want. Let us know. I've been posting links in the chat, but let us know, like, if you got dates coming up, if you're going to get in the ring soon, whatever you got, the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, I got a date or Thursday. I got a date on Saturday with Shirley. On Sunday afternoon, actually, it's a date with Vanessa. We're going to be going just through the park. I mean, just don't say hi because I'm really trying to work this one. Because at night, if I can get fast with her, then I got a date with Stephanie on Sunday night. So really, if you see me on Sunday afternoon, just, I'll see you another time, whatever. Adios, amigos. Monday is quiet, but Tuesday I do have, did you mean wrestling dates?
I did.
Oh, silly me. No, okay, here we go. So wrestling-wise, December, you can see me at, here we go. FML Wrestling, that's Fédération Lutte Montérégienne de Lutte. You can see me at Battle War. Again, these are all places you want to check out. You'll find where they're happening. Battle War in December also. The weekend after, I'll be doing Main Event Wrestling. I'll be doing International Wrestling Syndicate. And then at the end of the month, we got a New Year's Eve party, or New Year's pre-Eve party with Demand Lucha in Toronto. So, a bunch of dates closer to all in the Canadian side of the border. But still, the U.S. will be seeing me sooner than later. It's always a blast when I do go there. I always take it to new levels of drunkenness and stupidity. So you can be sure that when Sexy Eddy's in your town, pretty much 9 months later, all the women will be pregnant at the same time. It's weird. It's just something that happens. I think it's in the water when I'm around. I don't know what it is, but it's just something that happens. Other things to plug, man. Go on my Instagram. Go on my Twitter, Facebook. I'm always hard, but I'm not hard to find. If you need anything, just send me some naked pictures of maybe your sister or something, and I will help you out with whatever I can do.
Awesome. Great stuff. Eddie, you've been phenomenal. You're welcome back anytime to talk anything you want, literally anything you want. You've been a pleasure. And I bet you've heard that before.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. We'll talk about anything. We'll even not talk about wrestling. We'll just do dating tips. Yeah. Guys, write in your dating tips. Girls, write in your dating tips. We're going to chat about that. I have a lot of fun with that too. So in the meantime, holidays are coming. So make sure to put that mistletoe up and rock out with your cock out, everybody. And if you don't have a cock, well, I don't know. What do girls hang out with their... I don't know what the curtains out. I don't know what they say for
jam out with their clam out.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Finally. You know what? I knew the women were hiding. But now as I'm leaving, they're coming back, right? So ladies, jam out with your clam out. That's wonderful.
Have a great night, Eddie. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. I'm going to be spreading that jam on my toast tonight.
All
right.
Have
a good night.
Peace. Awesome. Fucking great. Have a good night, Eddie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Peace. Oh, man.
I don't know how to hang up. I guess
you'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, my God. Woo. Woo. And take a deep breath, everybody. Oh! I'm going to tell you this right now. That was the best interview we've ever done.